good morning, or good night, or wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this. Today's video is going to be about how we are consumed by things and how it affects our mental health. A big thing that I've been watching with my own self and my own well-being is how I consume things and how it leads to consuming me, to where essentially, I don't know if you guys may have watched this movie. It was the SpongeBob movie where he had to go save the captain's crown to save I cannot say the word. Kabini Bottom. the Bikini Bottom. I think that's what it was called. I don't know. But yeah, in that movie, Plankton, he's like the evil dude in the movie. He's this tall little green dude. He creates these buckets, and a chum bucket or whatever. That's like what his brand is, his like company or whatever, his business. And everyone gets a free bucket with their order or something, and then that bucket consumes them. This is kind of like a stretch, but kind of not. But what it is, what's going on here? Sorry, people in front of me. So so in the movie, everyone gets a bucket, and then this bucket they wear, and but then Plankton turns the switch and it like consumes them. The bucket literally, they put the bucket on their head or something. I haven't watched the movie in a while, but it's just what comes to mind. And it turns them into like a robot. It literally is, it makes them under Plankton's command. And we can go down the rabbit hole if we wanted to about, we do this in our own life, or like the government, or like this, they, like it, not really giving a name to who, but like whoever that's like controlling the masses. And I am a firm believer in that. You cannot be. It's kind of is what it is, if you want to or not. But I'll leave it kind of vague in a way, but I'll give my own take on it here and there, to where it gives a good understanding to all. But back to our topic of how the things that consume us, how it affects our mental health. So I recently, actually this morning, I'm talking on this morning, but it has happened in the past, where it kind of happens in routine as we do things. Like I mean, sometimes it's good because sometimes the music helps us in certain ways, like whether it's working out, like we need a little motivation to hear like the words of inspirational things from like our creators that we listen to, or songs, or and then there's times where we just passively in routine listen to music. It could be the radio, it could be and I'm someone that doesn't really enjoy listening to the radio because of just the things on there. The music, good, but like just, I don't know, program, yada yada, rabbit hole. But with like an example for this morning, I was listening to music, or I was about to, and I've been on my like self-improvement where I'm dedicating like my time and routine to it. I'm not gonna lie, recently I pretty felt like I was embracing like insanity, because I would disappoint the people around me because I told them that I was changing, that I was improving. And as much as I did like little tiny improvements, it were not drastic. It was not a big change. It wasn't something that you could say, wow, I actually made a huge difference. It was like expecting a different outcome by doing the same thing, putting the same input and expecting a different output. And I did that at least like 12 times within like the last like 6 months, 7 months. And it got frustrating with myself, and I came to a breaking point. I was like, I can't stand this. So now there's certain things that I just limit myself to, because as a creator, there's certain things that you want to consume to either help fuel like what you're creating, or fuel whatever you want your mind to flow as, and just keeping that in a loop, but not to where that's all you consume. Like, enjoy life and that such. Like, go enjoy life. Like, that's well worth, like, time to go through with, but don't waste it, you know? Like, don't scroll hours, or doesn't matter how long, just where it feels unproductive to just sit there and kind of scroll on social media with no purpose, I guess. But this morning I was wanting to listen to music, but like, when you're actually listening to yourself, when you're actually working on yourself, building that mental health, building those steps toward growing your mental health, I find it's crucial to take the time when you're alone, when there's no one in your vehicle, and like you're in your room. I mean, like, when you're just with yourself, even when you're with people, like, don't be consumed by these things. Like, enjoy their company. But I feel like we got to do that with ourselves too. We got to enjoy our own company. We got to actually enjoy, like, being with ourselves. We got to enjoy the environments that we have ourselves in, and be blessed about that, and understand that our mental health is as important as spending time with friends and family. And I recently found my quote I made like 2 years ago, and I still stick with it. It uses the word within, and as a successor, becoming your own successor, and embracing that journey, honestly, I find that it's cultivating to understand who you are within, because it leads you to building more purpose in a way, to understanding who you are. So then when you're working on yourself, it's not something that you're maybe struggling with, or it's something that you can embrace. It's something that you can truly gain like an advantage on when you actually listen to yourself, when you actually just sit and do nothing. And I'm not saying that like, oh, don't be productive. I mean that as in, like, you're being productive. You're working on yourself when you are just listening, meditating. It could be praying to God. It could be meditating. Whatever it is that gets you centered as a person, to hear who you are within and understand what's going on within, so you can take the steps to help fix that part of you, to help fix whatever situation that you have yourself placed in, to where you can put forth the efforts to change, to adapt and overcome, and become a overall better person to whatever you're striving toward. Whether it's like making 10K a month, whether it's like actually showing up for like showing up on time to like family events, friend events, and maybe being more mature, being more responsible, being accountable. So many factors that goes into this when you understand who you are within. The quote goes by, you cannot change the things that are going around you until you change the things that's going on within you. So that's kind of like 75-25. Like 25% is like, well, really, you could still show up for people around you, but not truly understand who you are within. That's a true statement. I once lived my life like that, and it was not healthy. It was unbearable. I was depressed. I really didn't have anyone to go to. Like, honestly, the only person I could really go to was my cat. Like, deadass was my cat. Because my cat just felt like my best friend at the time. And it's true that like animals are like friends. They're family. They're literally like loved ones. And sometimes dogs too. I in my mind I'm like, I don't like dogs, but I think deep down I do, because they're there for you. They like want you, and like cats, like they want you when they want you. It's not like that. It's like dogs are like, oh, I want your attention. I think for myself, I think I want like a Doberman, I think they're called. But anyway, getting off track. When you find the time to listen to yourself, to not be consumed by these things. Like, I wanted to consume music this morning, and I was like, I'd like to. And like, my music's good. It's not like rap, drugs, guns, money. Like, some of it's money, but it's not like of these attributes of like, that doesn't concern my life, or isn't like an ego-driven factor. Some of it is ego-driven. Some of it I let in to help fuel my motivation to be consistent in some things that I'm doing, like if it's like TikTok shop, making money to get me like going with the drive, but not something that I'm constantly consuming. That's ruining my mind. That's ruining my own program of how I want to live, on how I want to represent myself. And I am a firm believer that we are all, the masses are programmed with, whether it's radio shows, whether it's like like pop culture, like music, or I mean anything that's really gonna get you poor, like that's literally made to make you poor. Whatever it's in your mind, your subconscious mind, or if it's like following trends and being broke that way by just, I gotta get that tumbler, I gotta go get like this new Gucci bag, like whatever it may be that's leading you to a poor life. That might feel like externally you're living life, externally you're living up to life's fulfillment, like life's joy, but it's not helping within. It's not helping in here. It's not helping your heart. It's not helping your head. It's not helping your mind. I am a believer, and I'm kind of growing toward it with the spiritual factors. Is like I'm learning on the factors of like who you are as a person spiritually speaks louder than I feel as if like you're like physically, or I mean physically is a given because like there's attributes, like if you're overweight, but like an obsessive amount of overweight, it's really just your actions that show if you want this, if you really want it or not, you know? I don't know, just my 2 cents. But yeah, honestly, when you put yourself first, it's a matter of, do I really want this? Like, is this something that I truly want to get myself involved in, or is this something I'm just kind of just waiting to see if it happens or not? 9 times out of 10, people are waiting to see if it happens, waiting for something to happen that's going to put them in that place. And that's just not the case. Maybe there will be an instance that like you'll have a significant other or someone else that'll put you in that position. But 9 times, like I feel like it's kind of guaranteed, like most likely you're not going to stay consistent in that pattern that someone put you in because you didn't do it. You didn't step up to the plate and commit to the factor of, okay, I want to show myself that I can do this. I want to show myself that I am capable of it. Like attributes of being responsible, attributes of becoming the person that you are destined to become, and being driven toward fulfilling your purpose in this life, whether it could be anything, honestly, that makes you happy, fulfills you in an actual purpose-driven way, not just makes you happy because of your dopamine of like watching your shows and like eating a bunch of junk food. Sorry if I attacked you, but like, so I mean, that's a good way to chill. That's a hobby, and like I'm not dissing on hobbies, but more so on like something that's not really gonna get you far in life in a way that like is harming you more than it's good. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. Whatever that's harming you more than doing you good. And that can go across the board of your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, even your financial health. I'm actually working on a course that speaks on these 4 attributes, and I break it down into, and this is actually involved in my ebook that I'm making. It's in the works. I've been talking about this forever, but like I got like a game plan down. Like I just kind of wrote down things, a part of life that like people would benefit from, but now I'm like, it has a message, so it's in the works. But I'm working on incorporating something that speaks on these attributes, that speaks on how we take care of our mental health and the things that we are consumed by, and how we can do better, how we can actually stand up for that and not be so consumed by the things around us that are not doing us good, that's not fulfilling our purpose, or not actually providing true joy. Like, I enjoy making these YouTube videos. This provides me purpose because I'm providing other people's I'm providing you guys insight. I'm guiding you. I'm helping you. And even if it doesn't resonate with you, there's helpful tips, advice, insight that I provide in my message and my videos that people like gain from. And that provides me purpose. And this morning I wanted to listen to music. I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to music on my way to work. Usually I call my girlfriend, but she has an exam today, and she's gonna do great. She really dissed her like other exam, and she got like an 87. That's fucking good. I mean, it's in college. I can understand the stress, like, oh, I gotta get 100% or whatever for like these universities or whatever. But like at the same time, I'm like, you did great. That's good. In my eyes, that's good. And it was above average, so it's like, baby, you're chilling. Anyway, sorry, I go down rabbit holes. So yeah, it's understand that the things that you consume, it can be anything: TV shows, movies, music, the type of friends you hang around, hobbies, activities. It could be anything, honestly. Whatever that you feel as if not providing you enough purpose in your life. And there's some things that are like guidance. Like music can be guidance, movies can be guidance, TV shows can be guidance. Like I'll speak on my example. It may not resonate with a lot of people because some people are just not driven toward like making money, and that's okay. Whether it just be a job and they're okay with just that income. But I myself am not okay with just getting paid 2 weeks. I enjoy being driven toward making my own money, making my own path. Because I like to be different. And I believe that's okay. In my own triumphs, I find that's okay. Do not forget to hydrate. And I learned something recently with hydrating is make sure you're like using like minerals or like any like, it could be a packet of some sort that's gonna benefit you, but like do your research on it. Make sure it's actually like the ingredients are like the right amount of portion. Because some places will just dump things in and like, oh good, there's good things in here, but like it's an unhealthy amount that isn't doing your body good. Because you can overconsume certain things and your body kind of becomes immune to it. I'm no health advisor or like financial advisor, so again, there's my disclaimer. These are just insights. Don't take it as you will, whatever. I don't know. But like I've had people recommend me AG1. I know this is total rabbit hole. That's most of my videos. I hope you guys enjoy that. But anyway, yeah, I gotta get back on topic. So, but yeah, these things that we consume ultimately guide us toward our message, who we are, what we think. A lot of people don't understand this, but like the things that we consume funnel through our subconscious mind. And that truly in itself, I feel like speaks louder than words. I am a believer when you dream, when you sleep, and you have dreams, they mean something. And I've had this proven to me numerous of times, but this one time resonated with me so much because it literally happened not that long ago. Like within the last 2 to 3 days, I had something happen to me and I experienced it in my dream. Like I gained insight on something from someone, and I thought in my mind of like that subject or whatever it was, and then literally I lived it in my dream. I'm a firm believer in the things that we listen to, the things that we hear, the things on how we vision ourselves. If we have regret, if we have joy, if we have fulfillment, if we have loved ones that we heard it or that we showed that we loved and cared them, it affects you in your subconscious mind in the way that it's displayed in your dreams. It could be your worst fears. It could be your biggest dreams lived and fulfilled. And then you wake up to see it. And like, it could be a nightmare. It could be an actual dream that you want to achieve. It's how you treat your subconscious mind. It's the way that you feed it. It's the stuff that you feed your subconscious mind that really, your outputs and what you see, the way that you behave, the way that you do things, This is a very bumpy road, I'm sorry. But it's the way that you consume things that's really what's going to lead you as a person. And that's how it affects your mental health, because the things that you consume affect your input. The things that you input into your mind, your brain, the things that you listen to, the things that you eat. God, I haven't even talked about the food. Things you listen to, the things you eat, the things that are around you that you absorb is ultimately going to affect you, because it's the things that you're consuming. Some of it can be bad. Like, we all have our own bad, like, choices. Like, I like to, like, my, like, sweet, savory, like, snack is paydays. Ironic. As a side hustle dude, I like paydays because I like to get paid. But it also is my favorite snack because it's got nuts, it's got caramel, it's peanut buttery. That's my favorite, like, combo snack, whatever you want to call it. And it's truly up to you if you, like, want if you truly want to change or improve your life. You got to look at what you're taking in within. You got to look at what you're consuming, what's being put within, and how you're absorbing it, and how it's affecting your mental health. I, for the longest time, was just in a flow state, and I did not even realize it. I thought I was in control. I was not. My subconscious mind was in control. All the things that I consumed fucked me over hard. I literally was doing my side hustle, TikTok shop, but struggling to fulfill my dream of my personal brand. I would watch these shows that were like, and I still do, because I enjoyed, like, that atmosphere. Like, I watched Breaking Bad, I watched Snowfall, I watched The Wolf on Wall Street. There's a couple more, excuse me, but right now I'm, like, working on getting through. I'm, like, almost halfway for Snowfall. I'm, like, season 2, and there's, like, 5 seasons. But yeah, I'm like, some of these movies you can gain so much insight on of what you want to become and what you don't want to become. The Wolf on Wall Street, for an example, he consumed a lot of drugs. I hope I can say this stuff on YouTube. He consumed a lot of drugs. He consumed a lot that resulted in him to harm his life, harm his family and friends, harm the people around him. But he brought a lot of success to his life, but at what cost? He did it so much that's all his life was about. And that's a life lesson in itself. That's a whole life lesson in its own self. It's crazy, but that's literally what it comes down to, though, dude. It's what you are consumed by, the things around you, the things that you put yourself in, that lead you to certain places. But, like, at what cost? What type of life are you trying to live, you know? Like, if you're trying to be ambitious, young, disciplined, having the body of your dreams, making the type of money that you've always wanted to make, like, have all your financial, like, struggles taken care of, having your parents, mom and pops, retired at a young age because you were able to step up to the plate, able to take action. And like this is only for a few people. Some people that find motivation in this. I find motivation in it because I want to provide that for myself, for my parents, for my siblings. Like, all in all, I do. And it's the stuff that, in, like, some people want the same thing, but some people don't. Maybe they want to just live a humbled life. That's great, dude. Like, and sometimes money is always a factor, unfortunately. Unfortunately, money is always a factor. If you want that big house, if you maybe want, like, that nice watch, or, like, that nice, like, dress or shirt, and that's really pricey, but it's a really nice material that just makes you feel so comfortable in your skin. So, like, you feel comfortable. And even with that though, dude, all in all, it's how you treat yourself. It's how you dedicate your time to yourself, and the things that you put in that time that results you in the things that you do. tell you the truth, yeah, I'm a broken record right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed it. It's definitely a topic that I think on quite often because I like to listen. I like to just sit in silence and listen to myself. Not in like that, like, okay, he's kind of weird type weird. Like, no, like, whenever I'm like doing tasks and then like I just kind of realize that like I've been in this position before and it didn't do me much good. Like, it's self-reflecting. It's listening to the problems, listening to what's going on, and not just like briefly going over it. Like, no, like, listen to yourself, listen to what's going on. Like, are you doing okay? Like, show up for yourself and make sure that you're actually putting time toward becoming who you want to become, and realizing that like it's gonna take a minute. It's something that not a lot of people understand, not a lot of people are ready for, and that's okay, because 9 times out of 10 people are not always ready for their journey. Like, and it could be of doing better in life, it could be not doing better in life. It's literally whatever that you put yourself toward, working toward, literally anything. It's got to be worth it in your eyes. You got to show up. Like, for me, I want to wake up at 5 in the morning every day. Okay, what does it take? What does it take to do that? You gotta go to bed earlier. You gotta build a routine. You gotta build a structure that you can work with, so then you can get shit done within the schedule that you have. Because for me, I work a 9 to 5. Essentially, I leave at 7 in the morning and I come home around 5 p.m. That is a big chunk out of my day. Let me tell you, as much as I'm like driven toward becoming financially free and having my time to myself and living life that way, as much as I want that life, I can't just have it right now. Yes, you can, but it's gonna be seriously harder. You're gonna scrape in the bottom of the barrel. I say take the time to work toward your goals, so then you know, and even figure out what type of goals do you want, what type of things are you driven toward, what type of things do you want to achieve, so then you can live the life that you dream of, that your subconscious self sees, and like that you tell yourself. And do you see it in your dreams? Like, do you see yourself making it? Is it something that you could vividly see and know that it's on its way, but it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some consistent effort to show up for yourself. You know, that's it for this video, guys. I appreciate all you guys that show up in the Discord. I just actually added a robot that an AI whatever bot that you guys can gain levels now, and it's like just by chatting you'll level up. I'm gonna have it where if you reach like level 30, level 10, I don't know, you'll gain a special role, and I will have it where you guys can gain rewards as in like paid access. Like, I'm really thinking on this, that like you guys can gain paid access into my services just for you being a dedicated member, showing up every day, and essentially reaping the rewards of consistently showing up and being a part of something that is putting you in a better position mentally, spiritually, financially, and physically. I love you guys. Consider subscribing if you're new. Like it. If you didn't like this video, you can leave a dislike. Whatever, this is for you. This is literally for you. If you didn't like it, dislike it, or just go on about your day. Whatever. Peace out, guys. Love you.